Previously, in the Reflex Football League Premier Championship. Team Goon Squad would defeat Team Legion to win their second Premier Championship. This would tie Goon Squad with Legion for the most Premier Championship titles by a franchise in the RFL.
We're the best fucking franchise in RFL. We came to this shit. That's two, baby. Let's go.
Popping bottles, baby.
Yeah, we popping bottles out here.
This win against his rival made Mark Wright, head captain and quarterback of Goon Squad, tied with Legion's head captain, John Khan, for the most Premier Championship wins by an RFL head captain. The commissioner of the RFL, better known as Daniel or Fondu, who also plays in the league, would win his first ever championship in the RFL with Team Goon Squad, ironically after 6 seasons of playing in the league that he created.
And he is pulled down at the 3-yard line, and there's almost a fight between the two teams. Tensions are high, people are fired up.
Tell me when you're ready, bro. Tell me when you're ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And now, in the world's most unique, competitive, and exciting men's 7-on-7 flag football league, this is the presentation of yet another epic RFL Premier Championship story. It's been 9 months since the events that took place at Premier 6. We're now at Premier 7, where Team Goon Squad has found themselves on the championship stage yet again. However, this time, it will be against a team led by a familiar face to the Goon Squad. Following his win with Team Goon Squad in Premier 6, the commish decided it was finally time to take a shot at being an RFL franchise head captain for the first time ever, and see if he had what it takes to lead his very own team to a championship victory in his own league. In the RFL, franchises acquire most of their players on their roster via the RFL's official players draft. However, each franchise must sign 6 of what the RFL refers to as franchise players. These are RFL players that are offered the opportunity to skip the draft and automatically be placed on the team's roster. These typically consist of the best players in the league and allow franchises to put together the core identity of their team before picking up players in the draft.
Whoa!
For his first 2 franchise players, the commish immediately signed 2 well-respected players in the RFL, quarterback Joey Football and wide receiver and linebacker Anye Inde.
Wow. Wow!
However, he struggled to secure other talent from the league, As most players he attempted to recruit expressed their doubts that Fondu would be able to successfully lead a team to win a Premier Championship in only his first season of being a captain. After weeks of dealing with all the rejection and doubt from the league, the commish was motivated to prove his doubters wrong. The commish decided to reach out to a returning free agent with one-of-a-kind talent to try and convince him to franchise with Team Lit. The returning free agent was none other than the elite PJ Stone, who was voted as the most dangerous player in the RFL back in Season 1.
PJ, go get it,
and had agreed to franchise with the commish. With the help of PJ, commish was able to convince key veterans from around the league to secure the remaining 3 franchise player spots for Lit, including DJ, Willie, and the final franchise player that no one saw coming, Shane King, who had already committed to playing again on Legion, but decommitted for the opportunity to play with PJ, Willie, and DJ, his former Sprayberry High School football teammates. The overwhelming hype of the new super team nearly instantly sparked a rivalry between them and the former champs, Goon Squad. Mark, also being one of the biggest, if not the biggest trash talker in the league, was unconvinced of Lit's ability as a team, despite their big name franchise players, even going as far as saying that PJ would not make a difference when Lit would inevitably face Goon Squad. In response to this, the commish intentionally scheduled his team against his former captain's team as the game of the week for the opening week of the regular season of Season 7.
Steve, Lit is going this way. Right, shake hands, let's go.
Hey, defending champs, we back. And you know what we about. These boys don't want it, bro. I swear to God, let's go.
During the game, Mark, who is widely considered to be the most talented quarterback in the league, somehow threw not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 costly interceptions to the Lit defense. Mark's poor performance in this game would be his worst yet in the RFL. On top of this, there was also the infamous miraculous pick strip by the RFL legend, PJ Stone.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Wow.
This play during the first half demoralized the Goons, and was the momentum change that led to Lit's sustained dominance throughout the remainder of the game.
We'll take this easy. I need that.
Goon Squad would suffer an embarrassing 27-15 defeat to Team Lit. The loss motivated Mark and the Goons to fight their way back to the Premier for the opportunity to get their revenge on Lit. It has always been RFL tradition that the championship teams enter the field in spectacular fashion. But in Premier 7, the teams decided to take entrances to the next level. The away team, coming into the game with a season record of 6 wins and 2 losses. This team is no stranger to the championship stage, as this will be their 4th visit in 5 seasons. This is the Goon Squad, led by their ultra-competitive head captain and arguably the most feared passer in the league, Mark Wright. Thanks to his leadership, the Goons have yet again fought their way to another Premier visit. Accompanying Mark is a familiar core of playmakers, including franchise wide receiver and corner, Charlie Pierre-Louis, better known around the league as Chuck.
What a throw!
The Haitian is back in the Premier. Welcome back, sir.
Wide receiver and defensive playmaker Winston Thompson, who was one of the most dangerous threats in the league after the catch.
Ooh!
Line rusher Mike Kelly, regarded as the most disruptive pass rusher in the RFL. We also have Goon Squad franchise veteran playmaker, wide receiver and safety Robert Dennis. And new to the team, elite veteran playmaker Brian Richards, who is competing at the championship level for the first time in his RFL career. If Mark pulls off this win, he will become the first RFL head captain to win 3 Premier trophies and the first to lead a team to back-to-back championship wins, greater solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest head captains and players in RFL history. And only one team now stands in his way of accomplishing this feat.
Drum Cartel.
One of the RFL's newest franchises, and the only undefeated team in the RFL this season. With a record of 7-0, no team this season has stood a chance against this collection of talent. This has resulted in the team becoming simultaneously the most popular yet hated team in the RFL. Now entering the field. Team Lit. Led by none other than the fellow previous Premier Championship teammate of Mark, Commissioner of the League and first-time head captain, wide receiver and linebacker Daniel Nwandu, aka Fondu. Accompanying Captain Nwandu is an overwhelming list of the league's most impressive athletes, featuring Princess Stone, better known as PJ, considered by most players to be the most freakish athlete in the RFL. The elusive and electrifying receiver, Desmond Funderburg, better known as DJ.
Oh shit! What's wrong, these little boys?
Season 1 MVP, wide receiver and defensive playmaker, Anye Inde, considered one of the most versatile weapons in the RFL. Next we have wide receiver and lockdown cornerback Willie Dorsey, who possesses a deadly combination of speed, awareness, and footwork. An RFL legend, veteran quarterback Joey Football, who along with his experience and knowledge of the game, possesses a cannon arm ready to deliver the football to a stacked receiving corps full of playmakers. It is no wonder that this team has proven to be the most unstoppable offense in the history of the RFL.
My third Premier. I gotta say this a home though, man. I'm like 0 for 2 for him, but this one right here is going down. You mean a lot to me. Stay tuned for this movie. It's about to be a crack. Let's get it.
One of the unique things about the RFL is that at the start of every game, the jump ball is used to decide which team gets the ball first, as opposed to a traditional coin toss.
Ball is up. Knocked away. Lit wins the jump ball.
Lit wins the jump ball and decides to defer to the second half. Goon Squad will be receiving the ball first.
Shake hands, guys. Let's have a good game. Let's have a good game. Damn. Hey, no what y'all doing, bro? No handshakes. Let's go, y'all. Hey.
I want to shake his fat ass hand.
Goon's going that way. I'm gonna be down here.
In the RFL Premier, Every single player on the team receives a brief moment of spotlight during the player introductions. Another exclusive feature of the RFL premiere includes a live performance of the national anthem. Premiere 7 featured singer Jay Monet, a talented local artist and dedicated supporter of the RFL.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were still gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The pre-game pageantry has concluded. It is now time for the throw-off and to begin the most anticipated game in the history of the Reflex Football League.